And we're back.
We're back.
Hour number 6.
Really?
Yeah, we're doing. It's just the start of hour number 6. It'd be better if we were done it already.
Yeah, that's all right.
Hour number 6 of our telethon. And want to make sure that you are up to speed on all the things we're doing and getting covered. The big thing that we're trying to do is to raise funds for our media platforms that we are sharing, informing people of what's going on. Audio, video, print, we have all 3 of them covered. We're missing submissions and content from you, the stuff that's important to you in your communities.
That's right.
So that you're aware that we can share and get more awareness of what's going on at your local council meeting, at an event, at something special. And of course, we're trying to raise funds to keep that process going.
Keep us rolling.
So, I suppose I should be running this as well. There we go. Show. Okay, there we go. We've got a link for you to send your news to at ontheair@hheradio.com. Plus, you can also send your donations to the email shown there, kirk.care@gmail.com. We need your help. Now, we're expecting a friend to connect with us who's got some information about what's going on. So we're going to suggest that, maybe you just message him.
Who's that?
And just message him and say we're waiting for him to get into the studio, if you'd be so kind. But yeah, we got a lot of things to go through. And the big one for us right now is do yourself a favor and spread the word. Take 2 minutes. Share us on your Facebook feed. Share us directly to people who you think have the stories. And we'll be happy to we'll be happy to get the story covered in the news because it's important. And that's what we're here for. So, yeah, back to number 6. You're doing okay. You don't seem to be like you're fading as much as, I thought you would. You're doing okay.
Buddy, I'm good for 48 hours. Let's do it.
For 48 hours.
Once we get to 24, let's make the decision.
Oh, no. If we hit targets, yes.
Okay.
But if not, I don't see. Yeah, hold on a second. We're going to make this nice and easy. We have a friend who's about to join us who needs the message to say, click on the link. If you'd message him, tell him to click on the link and join us. Anyways, last session we were talking about the digital ID, and Red actually found a video that's absolutely critical to for people to hear. The problem, of course, is if you hear it, it's really scary. And that's bothersome. So we're going to get that into the next session.
Next one?
Yeah, we'll do that for the next session, I think.
That's going to be awesome. I seen this one last week, and I just seen it again, 2 or 3 minutes of it. And it's scary. And it's all about digital ID, Daniel Smith.
Okay, how bad is it?
It's awesome. It's just going to give you a rundown of what it's going to be like. It's not going to be like that at first because it's all roses and smelling roses, smelly roses.
Okay,
until after it gets going for a little while.
Okay,
me, it's not going to be pretty.
That's not what
This is what's coming.
Okay.
You have to play it.
You want me to play
next
it?
Time. Oh, yeah, I'll play it next time. Can't you bring it in?
We can bring it in.
Okay.
But for right now, we have a guest that's supposed to join us very soon. And once they join us, we'll add them to the call. Now, there are those who go and say, well, what's the difference between, the social media that people are doing for free and this news platform, media platform that you're trying to share to or get established? And I guess the best way for us to answer that question is when you run a podcast, and we've got some really good people putting podcasts together and joining up or working with, I guess. There are certain limitations that just having a podcast has. Having a media like we're presenting, the audio, video, and print, allows people to have one source, not 50, of a place they know the information is full and transparent. That's a good word. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And the conversation is not muted by a political slant, left or right. Left or right want to bring forward a solution. We are happy to share their information.
Mm-hmm.
What else we do?
What's that?
Well, I'm still waiting for
Anything bad?
the pushing of buttons that I'm not quite seeing at this moment. But
Says he's standing by.
uh,
Not showing up.
I don't see them. Oh well, we'll have to see what we can do. You know what? I will try.
Maybe you need a new link.
You know what? We'll try and do that. I will do that. It's the thing is, it's important for us to get these people in for you to see and for you to hear what comments they have. And yeah, I'm not sure what just happened, but it's something. Anyways, we're going to get these people on because they've got information or opinions that are different than, or maybe they're together. We'll get them on if we can. I'm going to continue. We have this video that we're going to download, and it's actually from TikTok. And I'm going to see if we can get it converted so we can add it to our show. We'll see if we get that done during this session or next, but in either case, expecting people to show up here shortly. What was the other thing we were going to talk about when we came back?
I know nothing.
Oh, it's because now you're getting delirious?
Granny says that all the time. I know nothing.
I know nothing. It's like Sergeant Schultz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. I know nothing.
I think we've got a visitor. So we're going to add that visitor to the stage. Joe Millrate Tax.
That's right. Alberta, Wild Rose Country. Good to see you, gentlemen. Good to see you, gentlemen. So I'm just, I watched your discussion here today about the unfortunate event of the grade 12 student that was cut off short. Heck, it might have been 15 seconds. He only had a chance to talk. And just the way that was processed, it was unjustified, period, right?
Mm-hmm.
To not allow that student to talk openly about what he's frustrated about. And when I look at it, gentlemen, we just honored, as of yesterday and the other day, every child matters, right? For our First Nation brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all brothers and sisters, right? All these students, especially high school students, how do you think they feel? And they must feel triggered because what was it, 4.5 years ago? We just went through COVID-19 lockdowns.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, what is it really affecting? It's affecting the credits for these high school students to graduate. If this goes for 90 days, this is unjustifiably does not make sense to both the student and also to the parents. For the parents that take care of the little ones, they have to go find out of school care. That's about up to what, $700 a month that has to come out of their pocket.
Yeah.
So
how do you think that this affects the high school graduate? What's the actual impact to them?
The impact, in my opinion, is that they can't finish grade 12 because they might be out for 90 days or God knows how long.
They're short
And
credits.
and they're short their credits. They're short the credits that they need to move on.
Okay, I mean that's a fair observation, and obviously you don't want to punish, the young people or delay them any longer. But the opposite side of the coin is a back to work legislation. Now, with the problems being what they are, is that not putting the teachers between a rock and a hard place?
Well, for them to be legislated by the government that's in power, are you referring to the UCP that they'll do that? Like
Yeah, I
how they
mean
would do it?
the possibility is they could be sent back to work with those same overcrowded classrooms, that same under uh, under delivered supports. Uh, you're putting people back. It's not in harm's way, but unable to do the job to which they were hired at the level that they've been trained at.
Right. And where did that all stem at is because of the federal allowing more people to come into the country, right? And then expand, the stress points on of course, the teachers, but also our students here are being penalized for whether it's federal government or provincial government. Somewhere the money has to come from someone, and we all know that the mill rate of that tax rate always continues to go up regardless, right? So I think both parties, in my opinion, is that the NDP or the UCP have to come back to the table and start to negotiate amicably to find a solution here because, yes, it's affecting the teachers. Yes, it's affecting the students. It's also affecting those high school students that want to graduate and get their credits. This also traumatizes the students that also went through 4 years of being locked out of their school.
That's right.
This is trauma all over again.
2 years.
And and,
So,
and the system is abusing the in my opinion, it's abusing the students.
100%.
okay, and I don't think that you're wrong. So, in regards to the information that you've just kind of observed, if the school, the education minister only is allowed dollar X, is not that where the railroad tracks come off the line? Because if there's only a dollar, you can't spend $1.50.
That's right. So when is that coming also? Are we also getting funding from our federal counterparts in Ottawa?
But again, it goes through the uh, education minister's
Okay.
control. See, in
Right.
Alberta, they give away $13,400 per student. That's what comes from between the province and the feds into the budget. And when you look at a classroom, just easy math, that would be 130,000 for 10 students.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
for
instead of
520,000 for 40 students.
So instead of 24 students in a class, they got 40 students in a class.
That's right.
13.4 per student extra. Who's getting all this money? The teachers aren't getting it. That's what they're fighting about.
Right.
Right.
So is it the powers that be that are involved with I guess management that's managing the school boards? Are they getting the money? Like
Well,
something has to so somewhere the money's going somewhere, right?
we need somebody.
And
We need somebody in the system that can monitor that stuff and
yeah,
report to us and let us
like
know
a regulator.
who's getting the extra money.
Yes. Yeah, like a regulator to the taxpayer, regardless.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
Regardless.
what they'll do is, what they'll do, Jason, is put their own regulator. Or what's his notes?
Joe,
Joe? What they'll do the government will put in their own regulator, and
Okay.
we're no further ahead. Now we're paying $150,000 to another crook.
So what we need is
we need to tear the whole system down.
we need to have a balance of checks and have a regulator that is
Sure.
put in by the
taxpayer.
Joe and Jill tax mill rate payer. I
There you go.
concur.
There you go.
And but yeah, I think you're forced to add to it. And by adding to it, I mean, look, I don't claim to say that the teachers are not asking for, certain things or certain benefits that are 100% wonderful. But 12% over 4 years, which is 3% a year, is not unreasonable, especially when they didn't get a raise for the better part of 10 years.
Mm.
Where the problem exists is they had 10 years that they have not caught up from that, which is what it is. But with the class overcrowding, the budgets that our UCP government have brought forward, I mean, they've said we're going to hire 3,000 more teachers in the next 3 years. That's 1,000 per year. Well, that's barely enough to cover the 130 new schools they want to open, and it won't even give one extra teacher per school. We're not covered.
No.
It doesn't make the numbers better. And that's not in the contract with the teachers. There's nothing in the contract the teachers are being offered that says you will only have 24 or 28 students in your class.
Okay. Okay. That makes a lot of dollars and cents math wise. Yeah.
So again, I think the issue becomes how do you oppose the government or provincial government's proposition when it's you and I complaining online or talking at the backyard. The ministers or the premier are not paying attention. They
I
don't
think
care.
I think what we need to do, gentlemen, is if you just increase the mill rate, that's what they're going to do. But I think in regards to getting other public opinion about this topic is creating something on, say, a platform like X and do a survey. Or if you can do that here, let's see a survey as to how people are feeling about this whole situation, because this is another added stress to our life right now.
Mhm.
Right, and yet my son and daughter are done their school in the school system. I know what it feels like to, regardless, after they're done, I'm still paying that mill rate, whether I check off Catholic or public.
And
So-
that's fair, but I think it goes even farther than that. I think the way the system is set up, there is the local school board, which have at least monthly meetings that the public can go to.
Mhm.
There's also all of the school board officials, which you can go to. I also believe you can go to the schools themselves, who will direct you where you can go to. And I do believe parent teacher associations have some connections as well. Then you have the provincial minister and their office, which have all the bureaucrats in it, that you can go to. And I think the general public, if they become aware that by standing with the teachers and insisting that we're not just interested in going through the motions of educating the youth, we want them to have the best education possible, which means they must, it's not negotiable, they must have limited class size and have, I don't want to say a surplus, but advanced educational assistance to help with the difficult cases, because not all students are the same,
Mhm.
to help direct them in the right pathway. It's only going to change when the public comes together and coordinates those efforts so that no matter where the officials turn, there is public representation saying you need to change and you need to change today. That's the key.
That's right.
Because, we're going to study on it. Well, your kids will have graduated, not just, high school, but university before the study comes back or before a change takes place. When in fact, these changes can take place almost overnight. And what was that?
No, so that would be good, is to put like an independent regulator opposite of the political spectrum brought in by the, I guess, the Parent Teacher Association to have, and I guess a regulator that would oversee this issue, because it's a very serious issue for yes, the teachers, and for the classroom size, as well as the students, and these students in high school that just want to get their credits. And yeah, like I said, these are good solutions you're talking about, Kirk, and that needs to be brought forward to the forefront. I guess the best route would be, uh, for the parents or the students to, I guess, contact their whoever their teacher rep is, or the school rep is for their ward, and say, okay, this is what we want. We want to bring this forward. Our parents want these to bring forward. There needs to be more. I guess that discussion needs to open up. What you just said, Kirk, I concur.
Joe, thank you very much. One of the things I'm just going to bring up is that I think it becomes not just the responsibility of the parents and the teachers, the grandparents, the neighbors, the people whose kids have already graduated. There needs to be a stand up. I'm not so sure we need a regulator that way. I think we need somebody who's going to step forward and say, this is wrong. We need to fix it and actually tear it apart completely, because the school board is not going to examine their conduct fairly.
No.
Nor will the teachers. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not letting them off the hook either. How we have our education changing, our educational history changing from what I was taught, maybe you were taught, to this new version without the evidence supporting it is discerning, if nothing else. But there is a right or a wrong, and someone it's not complicated. They just need to have some morals and ethics and fortitude to say, no, this does not happen anymore. And if they can do it in one school board or school district, they can do it in another. The other problem we have is we have 50 odd school districts in Alberta. That's 50 executives, president, vice president, or chairman, vice president, however you want to look at it, plus all their support staff, plus their office, which is not going to have, a hard table and chair. That's going to be pretty swanky. And we got 50 of those offices across the province. It's a complete waste.
So it's wasteful. It's wasteful spending on all aspects of what's going on here. This is what's being brought to the forefront, is that whole issue of how that money is spent. And you would think, when this day and age with technology, and intelligence with the computer side of things, this could really balance it out, in a system that, okay, the parents then can see how much money is going where and when and how much to what project.
Well, I'm
Right?
going to
That,
bring up
yeah.
something that you can look at. I mean, we have 130 new schools going in. That's
Okay.
just, it's 134, whatever the number is, 130 plus. And Danielle just committed to it within the last week that was the actual number, with 3,000 teachers extra that they're going to hire. I want you to go to those new schools that are getting built. The very first thing, when you look at the line items for their expenses, one of the very first things on these new schools is they had an architect do up the plan. Why didn't you right click save as? Why do you need another architectural plan?
Because they're going to make everyone different. It's all about pilfering money.
That's my point.
You can't build 20 schools the same,
even though they're all over the province.
And it can't be the same architect that's doing the same school design, right? It has to be different. Yeah.
Because the architect Jim, his uncle and his father and his 6 cousins all need to work too, and they're all architects.
That's right.
So they all have to do one each.
And if you're going to buy one basketball net for the gym, why don't you do a bulk buy and do a little savings? No,
You can't do
individually.
You got to buy them from different suppliers, because the suppliers are all related to them too, and they all have families to feed.
And let's go to the books, because every school that's going to get loaded up, is going to have copies of those brand new textbooks that I've heard of right click save as.
Books are all built by the same company, the same families, cousins and uncles and aunts over in the States.
Yep.
Yes. So
King's
how come we?
It has to remain in the family.
Mm-hmm. Why can't we create books that are knowledgeable based on Wild Rose, country values or, Western values instead of someone that is teaching absolutely something from a different perspective? I get it.
Well, that's what we should be doing
That is
That's what we should be doing. Mm-hmm.
to go with our
And-
local habitats and everything.
And I appreciate your call, Joe. I'm just going to say this to kind of wrap it up. The issue is that for the most part, everyone agrees if they have the right information. I'm pretty much sure that anybody who's talked about this new contract for the teachers and what Danielle Smith has brought forward hasn't even considered the wastefulness of taking 130 different
Blueprints.
submissions
Yeah.
that include new blueprints, new architectural drawings, they haven't even considered that kind of waste.
Total hogwash.
They haven't.
You could have the same firm do 100 different or 100 designs, like the same.
same design and just right click save as.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But how about the teachers? They're only doing 1,000. Why not just open up another 2,000 spaces in this next cycle of teachers?
And open up those spaces for for teachers that are working with the disabled or developmentally challenged, like children with autism and learning disabilities, right?
Yeah.
And also work with the substitute teachers that have just got out of university, and yet because there's a pecking order, Sally and Jill, who have been there for 30 years, it's time for you to gladly retire now and pass on the baton to the younger teachers that have gone to school and
But
done
if,
their
but if we're
tenure.
really smart, we'll
Mhm.
take let's say 4 new teachers and put them in the new wing of ATCO trailers you just attached to the new school, or sorry, to the old school. And we'll put the 4 new teachers in and have that teacher that's ready for retirement supervise them for the next 2 or 3 years just to get them up to snuff so they can do the job properly.
Well,
Of
one
course
more thing.
apprenticeship. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, another thing we should be doing is let's go back to square one. We feed these children properly, teach them how to eat properly, stop stuffing poison into them via an injection. Now your autistic rate goes from
Whatever the number
whatever
is.
the percentage is, it drops dramatically overnight, immediately.
Yeah.
Most of the
Like
kids
giving
got too
them
much sugar in them. They're eating junk. All the,
Yeah.
the colors and the dyes in the food. Let's change Alberta. Let's jack it
Give-
up. Let's put this place on a pedestal.
give them an access to organic food, like say having an organic
Exactly, like
food.
the Commonwealth Stadium.
Yeah, and then feeding that school community like fresh fresh organic meals, right? That's going to benefit their mindset and have them think sharper, because you are what you eat. Exactly there, Red Dog. Yeah.
That's what we could do with the stadium. Create the food for the children, the schools. That's it.
The
Salad.
one that you're talking about, the one in downtown that they're going to tear
Yeah,
down.
the one at 118th they want to tear down.
Mm-hmm.
That place is perfectly terraced for doing a hydroponic greenhouse.
That's for another discussion. That's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure I like this very much.
You
You
don't
talking
like
about
salad, though. That's-
organic stuff, I'm kind of going, oh, yeah. What about the old fries and gravy that used to come from?
As long as the fries are cooked in tallow, I'm happy.
Okay.
Beef tallow. Okay, you're
Cook
good.
I don't
them
have
in
that
Alberta.
That's right.
Alberta made
Alberta
beef tallow. That's
right.
it. Alberta made beef. There we go. AAA.
Does that make
beef tallow.
canola oil illegal in Alberta?
That's
You want to make
right.
people
It-
healthier? Stop out canola oil from coming in, unless they're using it for machines.
You know what? One of the
That's-
shows that you and I've talked about is doing some more of what I'll call the natural health benefits, doing some research and showing what the impact is.
Good idea. I got some
Um,
people that
and,
call.
and we're going to do that. But Joe, I want to say thank you very much for joining us for right now.
Right on, Joe.
You got anything
You're
else you want
welcome.
to talk to us about?
I look forward to any other rants that will come up. I'll give you guys a call anytime, and I support what you gentlemen are doing to raise awareness. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for
Awesome.
your
Thanks,
time.
Joe. And we'll look forward to the coffee you're going to bring us in a couple hours.
Thanks,
Right
Joe.
on.
Bye.
Take
See you
care.
later, buds.
Well, that's kind of interesting.
That was awesome.
Brings up some good points, though.
I don't mind talks like that.
We could have more of those.
I think so.
So what
One-
did you?
one
What?
every hour?
Yeah, we're going to try and do that. That's for sure. That would be nice. But when you start looking at some of these as an overview, he said to bring in and somebody to basically oversee the school
Mhm.
boards. What do you think about that?
I think you bring in somebody that's solid and honest. But the way it's been going the last how many years? 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 100 years? Everybody that gets brought in is a crook
Gets poisoned.
or gets poisoned shortly thereafter. That's got to stop.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think we can keep pushing the narrative that we're looking for. I know we got other people who are going to join us here shortly, but as we go into the 7th hour of our telethon, we're still looking for people to support us. And I'm being blunt, financially, either through a donation you can e-transfer over, or you can make from the contact us link on hhdradio.com. We also have some advertising or subscriptions or just options for you that will actually help us
Yeah, if you got a
continue.
restaurant and you want to advertise your food, your specials, your menus, bring it on. Now it's a write-off. Your donation turns into a write-off. We'll put some advertising together for you.
That sounds really good. But we still have just a little bit more time to share information on.
Do you want to watch that video? Or save it for the next round so we can start fresh? Because it's a good one.
Okay,
it'll
well,
kill the whole hour.
We'll save the time for
All
the
right.
next one. But we should have some things that we need to go through. If you're paying attention, or if you load this up now or later, do us a favor. Take a second and share it, because the next couple hours are going to be really key about the money we make. If we're even able to keep the doors open, which we're on path to, just we need some help.
Mhm.
When we're going through all of the topics that are on our to-do list, we've done everything we can to stay away from the ostrich farm so far.
Yeah.
And I had a friend who I spoke to in the last break who said he hasn't heard anything about the ostrich farm. What's the big deal? Now, we're going to deal with the ostrich farm today. Now, I'm not talking about like deal, but cover a little bit of them.
Mhm.
Can you just give a quick update about what the big deal is about the ostrich farm right now?
I haven't got a clue. All I know is from when it first come on, we were talking about it started out as a meat production facility or farm, and they went over to when COVID started. I'm not 100%, but this is what I can remember from when they first started out with their with this racket with the CFIA. They discovered that ostriches were very good at producing antibodies to kill, because they're kind of an ancient bird, right?
Yeah.
Antibodies to kill like a flu or something, let's say COVID. So you inject some COVID into them, their body does something with it. The system turns out a product that's in the yolk, basically a natural, healthy yolk that will stop you from getting sick when the flu season comes. I don't know. I'm not sure. Just something along them lines. And
But I'll continue. Let's just see if we can do this. So they changed it over into a scientific facility. They had over 400 birds.
mhm.
And then almost a year ago, 10 months ago, a portion of the herd
got sick
got sick.
and died.
and they died. They took them, separated them. The animals died. And for 290 odd days, the rest of the birds have been just fine.
Yep.
Now we're talking about 390.
300, 300, 350, something like that, 30, 300. I'm getting different numbers all the time,
But
over 300.
So here you have 300 birds that are absolutely healthy for a long period of time. The problem was that Canadian Food Inspection Agency decided they were going to seize the animals and have them all put down. And when the ostrich farm opposed it, the CFIA actually took over the farm, took control of all the animals. I'm going to say they did some bad things, but really, it's my opinion they did some bad things, but within the realms of their authority, supposedly. And when they took over, obviously they came in, they removed the current owners. The birds ended up with certain distresses and meals, and I mean, the list of things that's happened is quite horrific from one side. But the real issue is the disregard for the animals, their health, because they've been healthy for almost 300 days. And the law states that should the owners of the animals, over the course of 300 days, decide they were going to test the animals, just one test, to verify that they were still healthy, the fine.
I don't know if it's a law. I think it's a threat. They were told, I don't think it's in the regulations or rules and regulations, so to speak. I think they were just told, bullied into, they were told, if you test
One animal.
you're going to get a $200,000 fine and 6 months in jail, and or whatever. I'm not sure which it is, but that's one animal. So if they test the whole herd, that adds up to quite a hefty fortune, which would scare them off. Here comes the fear factor again, right? It's all about fear. So anyway, that's my.
Oh, I love that one. JJ. Oh, I love how. Well, JJ, we might as. Wonderful. Let's get started right on there. Talking crap about stuff you know nothing about. Now, why JJ would post that on this, I don't know.
We talked about a lot of stuff this morning.
We've talked about, so let's just assume that JJ is talking about the ostrich farm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, JJ, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency has taken possession of the ostrich farm. Now, part of our media, that's what we're doing here, is we're sharing the information. They took over the ostrich farm. There's no questions about that. That's fact. The birds that died, well, that's actually a fact as well. And the 290 plus days the other healthy birds are around, that's a fact as well. And what we're going to do on all of our media platforms, whether you like it or you don't, is we're going to keep sharing the information we know to be fact.
There you go.
If you're protecting the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, first off, you're in the wrong place. I can show you the individuals. We have their pictures. We have their names. I can show you their pictures from the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. They have not tested any of the other animals. They're driving drones and scaring the crap out of the animals so they're hurting themselves. You want us? You're going to accuse us of talking shit? Are you some kind of liberal shill?
More than likely. That's what I'm guessing.
Don't ever come step up in my place. I don't know everything. Neither does Red Dog.
No.
But we'll take information from the public. We'll do our best to verify the information. This is unlike traditional media. This is unlike a lot of the stupid podcasters who are just looking for traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you dare talk to us about what's talking shit about stuff you know nothing about. Are you talking about the teachers? You dumbass. 12%, they're not talking about the money. They're talking about giving a proper education. Tell us what you actually really feel, JJ.
Now, come on, JJ, bring it out. What are you talking about in the first place?
I'll share it with the public.
Which topic is it?
It not only will be shared with the public, we're going to keep it on our Facebook page. We're going to keep it on our website. And anybody who you want to ask any questions, it'll be there for them to see, not just now, but tomorrow and the next day and the next day after that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Don't you dare, not us. You want to call the CBC out? You call them out.
Yeah.
Because they're not telling the whole story. I'll talk about the questions about whether it's right or wrong. I'll take the input. I'll take the critique.
Mm-hmm.
But don't, just because you're sitting on the other end of the keyboard, don't step up to me.
Another keyboard warrior.
Biolab open air. Oh my Lord. Seriously?
Biolab. Open air biolab. That's what he's saying the place is.
I love it.
And that's why all of them CFIA officials
We're walking
police
around with
officers
no-
are walking around like we are. in
Yeah.
our cities. Oh yeah, it's a dangerous place, boys.
JJ,
Shut her down.
you know what's the best part about it is where you're sitting on your keyboard, you're more than welcome. Just post the link for your evidence.
There you go.
Just post it. I think it makes wonderful sense.
Yeah.
You're right about the biolab. Actually, he is right. Because inside those little eggs, well, the monster eggs, are the not enzymes, the herd immunity development pieces.
Magic.
Yeah, that is, she's right about it's the magic that save lives. It's just part of the scientific process. A biolab. Geez,
Open
that
air
sounds,
biolab. That sounds like Canada.
sounds ominous. You're right. It's got some possibilities of some negative things,
That place would be locked up tight if there was any kind of a threat to humanity.
but no PPE.
Yeah.
So where's your evidence?
White painter suits. Once the cameras came out, like CBC and Global,
Yeah,
they brought out the painter suits.
for 4 days they
that you
walk
can get
around.
for $4 at Princess Auto.
Yeah.
And then they run duct tape around their legs
Yeah,
to make it look good. Oh,
but as close as.
this guy's smart like a rock.
But JJ, maybe you're right. Just right in the comment section, post your evidence. The
Post
link.
Yeah, give us the link.
I'll be happy to take a look at it. I'll share it with the public. Everybody can understand exactly what you're talking about.
Send me your phone number. I'll send you a link. You can come in on the
Hey, actually, that's an even
Hey.
better one.
StreamYard.
I could be wrong,
We'll bring you in.
but what do I know? Anyway, sorry to get off track, but remember, I'm the
Nice to
nice
see-
guy.
Nice to see you get excited for a change.
But the thing is that he could be right.
Yeah, it's possible.
We welcome. This is the thing: is that
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out to confront somebody I don't know. I have no reason to confront. I'm not. That's not the purpose. What happens if you're right? Why wouldn't you just send me the information and see if I would, because it's supposed to be a truth media, and see if I would actually share the information?
It's guys like this, this is good. I'm glad he called it. I'm glad he sent the text in because it gives us something else to think about. Now, can you imagine if all of a sudden, remember the Wuhan labs debacle? More than likely, it's all
Yep.
gibberish. But that's how they did COVID and locked the world down. Okay, now all of a sudden these birds in BC and the thousands of visitors have gone through there are all over the world now. Are they going to start another one?
Well, I'm
Another
just
bird flu epidemic and
from-
lock the world down?
from a transparency perspective, we're making sure that it's part of his commentary, is part of the video. It's there for forever,
Mhm.
and good for you. But this is not something that I think we need to.
Send us the evidence. We'll go through it. But you can call in on StreamYard. I'll send him a link.
But I really think that it's important that you understand what happens if you're right. I don't think you are. What happens if you're right? Why couldn't you just approach us respectfully and let's come to the conclusion? Part of our job is to get rid of the
Riffraff.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, there you go.
If there's something going on and all of Canada is getting impassioned, or around the world are getting impassioned about this ostrich farm and the debacle that's taking place,
Mhm.
show us, let us share it.
Mhm.
We would. That's called truth.
Yeah. Darn right. Let's do it.
Sorry, folks. I'm usually the calm, quiet one. It's 3:46 right now, which means we should wrap up to take our quick break.
Kirk's getting hangry, I think.
We're gonna we're gonna be back at the top of the hour,
Top of the hour to you. Bye.
and we'll have more people on.
Let's do it.
Have a good night, day. We'll see you in 10 or 12 minutes.
Awesome.